Want to talk about 2 axe pommels. So we have the Forbidden Grip of Ages. Now, this one is known for the great stat buffs as well as the R1 combo blade beam at the end. That purple blade beam, right? Now, there's another pommel that also has this blade beam. And that's the Wing of the Fallen here. And you see it's not actually in the description. It's kind of like a hidden perk. Has the yellow blade beam. Now, when it comes to these blade beams, the one on the Wing of the Fallen is objectively better than the Forbidden Grip of Ages, and I'll show you why. So we'll start here with Sigrun. Forbidden Grip of Ages. Alright, so I did the full R1 combo. You can see the remnants of the purple blade beam there. And Sigrun is still attacking, right? She was not put out of her attack at all. And so she's going to carry on. Now, let's do the same thing with the other pommel, the Wing of Fallen. Boom. So you see that? The blade beam on the Wing of Fallen actually will interrupt Valkyries and other enemies. So it has a lot more hit stun. This is objectively better than the blade beam on the Forbidden Grip of Ages. I'm not actually sure if that even is doing anything other than just being aesthetic in the testing I've done. So I think you may actually be better off using the Versatile Warriors handle for the 2 extra points to your stats. Because I'm not sure that the Forbidden Grip of Ages, that R1 combo, actually has any benefit. Now, the Wing of Fallen here is one of the better pommels for Valkyries because of that R1 combo. It's so consistent, doesn't require any luck. Will always occur at the end of the R1 combo string, and it knocks Valkyries right out of their attack. So it gives you the ability to follow up and do more damage. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the ability to do the shield slam. I get this question a lot from folks. So that's the standard combo. Sometimes players will see me just shield slam. Now that is the Horn of Heimdall Talisman you see here. So this Talisman is pretty good. It does decent amount of damage. It has a very long cooldown, even with maxed out cooldown like I have. So it takes a while to recharge, but you can see that you can rebuild that faster by doing the blocks, successful blocks and parries. So that's really it when it comes to the Horn of Heimdall. I just like the way it works. Gives you an extra attack. It also has some iframes at the beginning of the moon, so invincibility frames. And it also stacks well with Zeus armor. It actually does more damage with Zeus armor, which not all moves actually do. Now the other question I get is how to do the Agile Punch or the God Fist Punch. So normally you do that and you have to wait. Now, to do it rapidly, the way I do it is the simpler method. I guess it's not the fastest way to do it, but it's good enough for my needs. You just simply hold the aim button. You do the attack, you wait for your animation to finish, and then you do it again. You don't want to do it too fast, because then you end up pulling out your axe like that. Once you practice, you'll get the timing right, and you should be able to do it fairly consistently. Now, lastly, I'll talk about just general stats here and what the caps are. So I don't really know the cap for strength. Just based off what I've seen in my encounters, it seems to be somewhere between 450 or 600. It might even be higher than that with strong diminishing returns, but it definitely, after like 450, you start to really see diminishing returns where it's not doing much past that. Runic, the cap, I believe, is right around 300 or less. I don't see much benefit of going over 250. So once you max that out, there's not too much of an advantage to keep building up Runic. Defense, I haven't really tried to measure. It seems pretty hard to measure, candidly. So I'm not sure what the cap is on defense, but it seems to scale fairly well. Now, Vitality is an interesting one. So Vitality, you once you hit Vitality of around 330, you stop flinching from enemy attacks, and I'll show you what I mean here. So I didn't flinch at all from Sigrun's attacks there. Now, that's part of the Vitality stat, is that once you have enough Vitality, I guess you come out of hit stun quicker, or you recover more quickly, but you really need a ton of it to the point where you don't actually flinch. So at like 330 is where most attacks, including Sigrun's attacks, will stop you from flinching, and you can just continue fighting on there. Now, luck is also really hard to measure. What I've heard from people that have like the save wizard and they've maxed it out to 9,000 or whatever is that luck continues to scale and that things start to proc very quickly with higher luck. I've also kind of seen that where things will proc more frequently the higher it goes. There's definitely diminishing returns, but I don't think luck necessarily has a cap. With cooldown, there's a hard cap of 332. After 332, that's when all of Atreus's and Kratos' runic attacks will hit their max cooldown. So you see the wolves for Atreus, for instance, is 67 seconds. That's the absolute fastest this can be. For some of Kratos' attacks, like Glavestorm, 47 seconds is the quickest. Blessing of Frost, 60 seconds is the quickest you can get that. So 332 cooldown is the max, and that's when you hit these caps here. And each one of these moves will hit the caps at different points leading up to 332, but 332 is when all of them, including Blessing of Frost, hit their max cooldown efficiency. So that's it. Those are the few things I wanted to point out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe.